over the abdomen from the past 1 year.
Which part of the abdomen? Abdomen is so big.
Upper part of the abdomen.
Upper mid abdomen.
Upper part of the abdomen in the midline, and he's also complaining of pain past 3 to 4 days in the swelling. Patient was apparently well.
This is for how many months?
1 year.
1 year.
The swelling is painless initially, and the size was of a small pea size. And
शुरू में कितनी बड़ी ये सूजन कितनी थी? इतनी बड़ी, अराउंड 1 to 2 सेंटीमीटर्स, है ना? नाउ पी नेट वाला सिस्टम खत्म हो गया. नाउ डेज वी डोंट से पी संतरे. पहले यूजुअली यू टू से कि नींबू के साइज़ का था, सेब के साइज़ का था, उसके अब हम लोग फिंगर से देखते हैं पेशेंट की फिंगर कितनी बता रही है. इफ़ इट इज़ 1 सेंटीमीटर यू से अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 1 सेंटीमीटर और 2 सेंटीमीटर. इट इज़ नॉट अकॉर्डिंग टू पहले मेलन के साइज़ में है, ऑरेंज के साइज़ में है, सेब के साइज़ में. सेब तो इतना बड़ा भी होता है, इतना बड़ा भी होता है ना? सो नाउ द थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग, सो यू हैव टू बी मोर साइंटिफिक. सो इफ ही सेज कि इतना बड़ा है तो टेक इट का 1 सेंटीमीटर है, इतना बड़ा है तो 2 सेंटीमीटर. ठीक है, तो ये अपने आप बड़ा हो गया है या कैसे बड़ा होता रहा?
ये बड़ा तुरंत मैंने कौन ना करा उसका,
कुछ नहीं किया आपने?
अब यार दर्द होते ना डॉक्टर साहब,
दर्द होता ही था?
नहीं होता ना.
हाँ.
तो कि 2 साल से पहले हुई था तुम्हारे मेरे.
अच्छा,
तो मैं जब भगा
तो अब दर्द कब से शुरू हुआ है?
अभी भाई हुए ऐसे 8 दिन है वो
8 दिन से.
अब 5 दिन में वाली आज 5 दिन हुए हैं.
अच्छा, 5 दिन हो गए आए हुए?
हाँ, मैं रोज आ रहा हूँ. कहाँ से आ दूँ?
क्यों नहीं भाई, क्यों नहीं भर्ती किया?
पल्लंग जाऊँ मैं एटासन कराओ, फलाना कराओ, नो जाओ, फलाना कराओ, लोग कहते हैं.
ठीक. तो अब देखो, अब दर्द किस जगह पे हुआ था?
दर्द वैसा नहीं होता, बस नहीं होता दर्द.
अच्छा, उल्टी तो नहीं आती?
नहीं, कुछ नहीं होता,
खाली दर्द होता है.
हाँ.
तो चलने फिरने में दर्द होता है या ऐसे ही?
नहीं, तो
अपने आप होता है.
होता है.
अच्छा,
जब रात में सो रहे हैं,
हाँ.
तो 12 बजे 1 बजे रहो, मुझे दर्द उठाओ, मेरी मम्मी में दर्द रहो.
हाँ.
तो मैंने फिर जैसे गोली खाई गई ने फार्म लगा लिया, बंद हो गया.
कंटिन्यू, जल्दी बोलो.
He's now complaining of pain in the swelling.
Where is the pain? Location of the pain?
The pain is on the swelling side of the swelling in the midline, in the upper quadrant.
Is it radiating somewhere or it is?
The pain is not having any radiation, and it is not relieved or aggravated by rest or by doing work.
Okay.
The patient is a laborer by occupation. He is a smoker from the past 15 years. Other comorbidities.
Okay. First of all, whenever there is a swelling in the abdomen, you have to see what is the location of that swelling. So in this case, the location is in the epigastrium and partly in the umbilical area, and it is in the midline. So the diagnosis of abdominal swellings is according to the anatomy of the structures underlying that area. So now come to this particular case. This is the mid abdomen and it is supraumbilical and below the xiphoid, almost at the midpoint between xiphoid process and the umbilicus. Now this is the area which is the weakest in the abdominal cavity because there is a linea alba, and linea alba has no muscle support. It is a fibrous structure. So all other areas of the abdomen are having muscles and other facial supports. So these muscles and facial supports prevent the organs to come out or project. But in this type of lesion where the midline weakness is from since birth, so that midline weakness can aggravate in some patients and cause further weakness leading to protrusion of certain contents from the abdominal cavity. And all these are associated with many predisposing factors. What are the predisposing factors? Yes, chronic intra-abdominal pressure. So any condition which leads to rise in the intra-abdominal pressure can lead to increase in the weakening area will become wider. So what are those? You can say ascites. Then there is chronic constipation. Then stricture of the urethra, straining during micturition. Then there can be cough with expectorations or cough, chronic obstructive lung disease. Associated with that, there may be certain muscle diseases where the muscles are myasthenia gravis and many other diseases which cause weakness of the muscles. Then, if the patient is having, say, malnutrition, anemia with hyperproteinemia, all these, and of course, any intra-abdominal tumor, primary tumor or secondary tumor, ovarian cyst hai, या some other lesion which is either malignant or non-malignant. So these are some of the common causes which cause the weakening of the anterior abdominal wall. And since I told you the midline is having the linea alba, which is the weakest structure, so any structure, any intra-abdominal pressure and repeated intra-abdominal pressure, not one, also one time, sometimes weightlifting or doing heavy work can also predispose to the development of a weakened area, which can result in a hernia at a later stage. So now who has done the examination? Yes. So that what we have discussed is predisposing factors for the development of an intra-abdominal hernia or weakened spot in the abdomen. So weakened spot, what are the weakened spots in the abdomen? One is the umbilicus, then midline, the whole of the midline, and the groin. So these are sometimes lateral muscle, rectus ke semilunars. So these are 3 or 4 areas which are very weak because they are not covered with muscles, and there are some natural defects which can, because of intra-abdominal pressure, some content may come out from that area. Just tell us the inspection finding.
A 40-year-old male of thin build and nutrition, lying comfortably on bed, neither distinct nor sinuous, and is well oriented to
No, we'll just focus on this, otherwise it will take a long time. Inspection of the abdomen.
That it is exposed adequately. On inspection, there is a swelling.
No, you have to start with the contour of the abdomen. The abdomen is squamous with the central umbilicus.
And then there is a
Not
swelling.
transversely stretched. Flanks are not full.
Flanks are not.
There are certain engorged veins which are visible over the abdominal wall, and
And all quadrants.
moving equally. There is no visible peristalsis, there are no visible pulsations, and no scar marks, no scar of previous surgery. Now you come to the swelling, which is obvious in the epigastric region. What is the size? What is the shape?
It is roughly of 6 into 5 centimeters.
6 is transverse and 5 is vertical, approximately.
Yes. And it is of roughly spherical
Oval.
oval shape. There is no discoloration over the skin, and the margins is well defined. And on palpation,
अभी palpation नहीं, अभी cough impulse.
cough impulse is positive.
Head intra-abdominal or extra-abdominal? How you will confirm? दोनों हाथ सर के नीचे रखिए, सर ऊपर उठाइए. क्या हुआ? बस ढीला छोड़ दीजिए, लेट जाइए. See, if the patient is raising his head and the swelling is becoming prominent, that means it is an extra-abdominal, that is above the parietes. And फिर से करिए. You see the size has increased. तो ये तो आपने किया नहीं था, लेट जाइए. So this is very important information. Whether the contents are outside or contents are inside. If it was below, if the size was reduced, then it is inside the abdominal cavity. So what you see, it is content or whatever it is, we don't know as yet. So it is extra-parietal. So by head raising test, this is confirmed that the size of the swelling has increased. So that is a very important sign which tells us that the swelling is lying above the muscles of the anterior abdominal wall. Okay, then
leg raising test.
Leg raising test. Leg raising test is generally reserved for below umbilical lesions. Head raising test is done for above. It will happen, but it will not be so prominent as it is. दोनों पैर उठाइए. हुआ? It is there because taut, the muscles are the recti, they become taut. and anything above the recti will become prominent. So that is best for upper abdomen, it is the head raising test. For lower abdomen, it is the leg raising test. But it will happen in both the situations. Now come to the palpation.
Sir, on palpation.
Cough impulse, cough impulse. खांसी करिए. So size is increased, expansile impulse on coughing is there, right? So there are 2 or 3 things which are very prominent in this. The head raising test shows the swelling is appearing outside, and on cough the swelling size is increasing. Now do the palpation. ठीक है, चलो जल्दी करो, कोई नहीं. पहले आपको क्या देखना है? लोकल टेम्परेचर. लोकल टेम्परेचर जो है ऐसे कंपेयर करते हैं. सेम साइड एब्डोमेन और चेस्ट. चेस्ट है, नॉर्मल है, ठीक है. फिर टेंडरनेस देखेंगे, नॉन टेंडर है ना. उसके बाद साइज देखेंगे, स्केल है, चलो साइज. उसके बाद मार्जिन्स, एजेस. तो बताओ मार्जिन्स रेगुलर है, इरेगुलर है? रेगुलर है.
Regular margins.
कंसिस्टेंसी,
Soft consistency.
टेंडरनेस,
Tenderness absent, non-tender.
नॉन टेंडर.
Sir, surface is smooth. And sir, it is
Reducible.
Yes, sir. It is
रिड्यूस करो, पूरा रिड्यूस करो.
पल्सेटाइल के नाम है.
This pulse.
Reducible, and then you will check for cough impulse. अब खांसी है, we have seen that cough impulse is positive. बस ठीक. So now any other examination you like to do? Auscultation. See the size in centimeters. You mark it with a pen, and it is around 9 centimeters. You mark it like this, and mark it like this, and mark it like this, and mark it like this, right? So now you measure it from the line to line, whatever it is.
3 point.
8 centimeters, and this is 6.5. ठीक है? 8 into 6.5 centimeters is the size. Now this of course is a swelling which is getting reduced. So at some point of time it will be this size. At other time when it is fully expanded, it will be larger than size. So now what are the positive? Any other examination you would like to do?
Auscultation.
Auscultation, and then palpation of the whole abdomen, which you have not done. बताइए क्या है, फाइंडिंग करिए, जल्दी से करिए. लीवर, स्प्लीन, ऐसे कुछ नहीं करना, ऐसे ही करिए आप. Is there any intra-abdominal lump? We said that is a predisposing factor.
Yes.
So that you have to rule out. Is there any ascites? You have to see for shifting dullness.
Sir, there is no other nerve
There is
present.
hepatomegaly. रुक जाइए, सांस लीजिए. No splenomegaly, no hepatomegaly. Suprapubic region not full. Left iliac fossa normal, right iliac fossa normal. ठीक है. अब आपको देखना है कि shifting dullness है कि नहीं, because for that you have to stand here. Resonant है, resonant है.
Yes, sir.
आप उधर करवट ले लीजिए, थोड़ा सा माइल्डली डल है लेकिन बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है.
बस.
And you turn the patient, let the fluid go to the other side and wait for 2 minutes and then percuss again. Resonance है थोड़ा ज़्यादा. सीधे हो जाइए. We'll do it again. थोड़ा सा डल है राइट साइड में, बट दैट इज नॉट इनफ टू से दैट फ्लूइड इज प्रेजेंट और नॉट. So now what will, to summarize, then you have to also inspect the inguinal region. Acids are normal. So now we conclude the findings. First, history. The history is that 1 year back, he had a swelling in the abdomen, which was about 1 to 2 centimeters in size. It was painless. And now, after about 1 year, gradually the size of the swelling has increased to attain the present size, which is around 8 centimeters into 6.5 centimeters. So from 1 to 2 centimeters, it has become 8 centimeters. The added issue with this patient is he has started having pain. So when pain starts occurring, that means there is some content from the entire abdominal cavity going outside, and that may be omentum or it may be small bowel. So once they come, now initially there was just an opening in the linea alba. With passage of time, some amount of peritoneum is also coming, and this peritoneum is gradually becoming wider to form a sac. So now a sac has formed, which is communicating with the intra-abdominal cavity. So the contents of the abdomen, which is mainly the omentum and the small bowel, they can go into that cavity or the sac which has been created. So during movement, because of the muscles coming and contracting it, the bowel or the omentum which is there inside that cavity will get obstructed or strangulated. So there can be ischemia, which can result in pain, or the bowel is obstructed, leading to intestinal obstruction like features. So now appearance of pain in a pre-existing cavity or a hernia is indicative of complicated hernia. So now, first of all, whether it is a hernia or not. So before that, we'll discuss the differential diagnosis. So differential diagnosis of a swelling like this without examination would be a lipoma. Second would be aortic aneurysm. And third, of course, incisional hernia or epigastric hernia. But lipoma is on first sight, it appears to be a lipoma, which is not, it is not there. It is something else. So you have to do a complete examination. Just inspection is not enough. So in this case, what are the positive findings? Cough impulse is positive. Reducibility is there. And head raising test shows the content coming out and becoming larger in size. So that means it is not only confined to the parietes, but the contents have come outside the parietes into the sac which has been created below the skin. So now it is a case full-fledged epigastric hernia, and with a complication, possibly obstruction or some omental adhesions or obstruction or say ischemia, which can later on progress to gangrene. So now it is a case of a complicated, इसको आप वेंट्रल हर्निया भी कह सकते हो, umbilical hernia भी कह सकते हो, epigastric hernia, complicated epigastric hernia. So that is the case, and now we have to decide what are the options of management. So the options of management in this case, first of all, we'll have to confirm the diagnosis. And of course, routine investigation which require for surgery like hemoglobin, X-ray chest, ECG, that is just a routine. But for diagnosis, the diagnosis is 99 or 100% clinical. But if you want to see the defect, you can see it in CT scan, you can see in ultrasound or MRI. But all those are not required. You can only go just for an ultrasound to see the size of the defect, because this may be the only site, or there may be multiple small openings in the whole of the linea alba. So when you are treating, you will not treat only this part, you will treat the rest of the openings also, which may be very small at present, but after 1 or 2 years they may progress. So that idea you have to have, that this patient is having epigastric hernia or it has multiple small hernias in the whole of the linea alba. And then surgical options. In this case, it can be laparoscopic or it can be open procedure. So since the size is 6 into 4, 8 centimeters, so both open surgical technique with a mesh repair is good enough, or you can do a laparoscopic procedure in which again you have to place a mesh after reduction of the contents. So that is going to give a good prognosis. However, the rate of recurrence in such procedures is quite high, up to 20%. So the technique has to be flawless, and the suture material and the mesh which is used should be at least 2.5 times the size of the defect, so that if mesh shrinks, so after shrinkage of the mesh, it should not give space for the content to come out. ठीक है, thank you very much.